Optimizers. This webinar is a recorded webinar. So at the end of my talk, I'll be giving the copy or I'll be giving my email. So you can send me an email and I can give you a copy of this presentation as well as the training webinar, which we usually do every month. So for this month, what we would like to highlight is our optimizers. Of course, we know that Essentials is the foundation of cellular nutrition. However, if you have certain conditions that you would like to address. Like for example, you want to make sure you take good care of your heart, your liver, digestion. USANA also offers other products that are related to different parts of the body that can help you attain quality of life. So my name is Jen. I am the pharmacist for USANA Philippines. Not only that I do product trainings, but I am also responsible in making sure that all the products of USANA are FDA registered. So if you're curious, if you want to know if USANA is indeed FDA registered, you can visit www.fda.gov.ph. So this is the FDA Philippines website. And on the search panel, you can type in USANA or UHS Essential Health, and all the products of USANA are listed there. So making sure that all the products are legitimately sold in the market and is licensed by the Food and Drug Administration. So let's start. Some people would really ask me what a good nutritional supplement is, and sometimes if the research person is not available or if somebody could not explain it to us because they are busy or they have a lot of things to do, sometimes we go on to Google and consult Google. And when we typed on the nutritional supplement in Google, what actually popped out was that nutritional supplements was defined to be a dietary supplement that is intended to provide nutrients that sometimes may not be consumed by food. So what bridges the nutritional gap is through this specific product. So nutritional supplements as designed contains vitamins, minerals, fiber, fatty acids, and or amino acids. But there are key questions if supplements are really good or not. And some people have debate of its purpose and its objective in making sure that our health is good. And even scientists from the National Institutes of Health really say that vitamins are indeed needed by the body. It is said by a registered nutritionist or registered dietitian, Carol Haggans, that although supplements is not that needed, but the truth of the matter is, in reality, supplements is useful in filling the gaps in the diet. Of course, we all know that most diseases, one of its common denominator is nutritional imbalance or nutritional malnutrition. And if you would say that food is just enough, then at our generation now, I beg to disagree. Indeed, we need good supplementation, and when you speak of supplementation, this should contain relevant nutrients that our body needs every day, that our body requires, and that our body would really absorb and take in, so that we can be sure that we complete the cellular requirements so that our cells could replicate, our cells could detoxify itself, our cells could function better and improve our state of health. So I have here a picture. It shows a counterthink drawing or a counterthink caricature of what most people's mindset are. Sometimes they would say supplementation are too expensive, but if you don't take good care of your health, if you would compute all your maintenance medications, not only that, the procedures that you have been, especially in knowing what your disease are or the disease you've developed, ironically, we pay more for our diseases rather than the amount you pay when you prevent this by having or making sure that you have the right nutrients there is in your body. Some people would tell me it's so expensive when you buy healthy food. But ladies and gentlemen, it's more expensive when you pay something because you're already sick, like for example, your maintenance medication. So here in USANA, we want people to understand that investing in your health is really, really important. You only have one body. Like what we said, you only have one machine and you really have to take good care of it. If your heart fails, you cannot get the heart of your husband, right? If your kidney fails, of course, sometimes we do transplantation, but that could cost a lot of fortune. So what's the USANA difference? Here in USANA, what makes us different from the others is the sincerity of our founder. Our founder's name is Dr. Myron Wentz. He is an immunologist, microbiologist, and a pioneer in cellular nutrition. And what makes Dr. Myron Wentz different from the others is that prior to USANA, Dr. Myron Wentz was connected first with Gall Laboratories, which makes diagnostic kits. But then he realized that most people would just address diseases and not prevent them. And we all know that one of the most important way to address health is through proper nutrition. So in 1992, he founded USANA, right? He sold Gall Laboratories, and he realized that the only way that he can complete his vision of making the world free from pain and suffering is to make sure that people get the most advanced supplementation. That's why when people ask me what makes USANA different, USANA makes the most advanced supplement there is. When you say most advanced, this contains an array of different vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are needed by the body daily. And when I say daily, we would really tell people and advise people that supplementation should be a part of your daily regimen so that you can help your body get optimal nutrition. So by making the most advanced supplementation, USANA attempts to help people understand that if we don't take good care of ourselves, like what Dr. Myron Wentz has been telling us, we are living too short and dying too young. Ladies and gentlemen, once we develop disease, once we develop hypertension, the quality of our life is lessened. And we're not saying that if you take USANA, you'll be spared of that. But what we're trying to tell you is that taking charge of your health now can actually benefit you bigger in the future and benefit you in lots of ways that you would only understand once you started aging or once you started getting older. So a lot of people are indeed living too short because there's no life when you have diseases, right? You cannot enjoy climbing mountains. You cannot swim as strong as you were before. You cannot go to places. You don't have the vitality anymore. So as much as possible, you take good care of your body. And the problem now is a lot of people are dying too long. I'm not telling a death or a simple death. What I'm trying to tell everyone is when we don't improve or when we don't attain quality of life, we are slowly dying. And quality of life would mean that our bodies are healthy, our bodies are functioning, we are urinating regularly, we're breathing very well, and taking charge of your health can really help improve the quality of your life. So the thing here is that how do we bridge the gap, all right? Although we cannot get nutrients from food alone, of course, we know there's different ways of planting and at the moment. There are different ways of sourcing out food, and it is a real thing that multivitamins and minerals indeed bridge the gap. However, as you choose your vitamins and minerals, you have to make sure that there are certain conditions that has to be followed, like how it is made. Is it made in a good manufacturing practice facility? Was it designed for the body? Does it contain vehicles or does it contain a formulation that fits in your body? And here in USANA, we would like to attempt to help people understand that indeed multivitamins and minerals are important and you have to make sure you get the best source. You make sure that you carefully choose a source that has been scientifically established and designed. So what is your health control or what is your health span control? So I would like people to understand that before we thoroughly talk about the optimizers, key factors that affect our health are three. Number one is environment, number two is genetics, and number three is lifespan or lifestyle. Ideally, you have to be aware that you cannot edit genetics. However, for your future offspring, you can actually help improve the quality of their genes by introducing proper nutrition. While for environment and lifestyle, you have a big control on this. And most of the time, we develop diseases primarily because our cells or our body malfunctions because of the environment and lifestyle disadvantages that we do to our body. So here's the study that was collaborated by USANA or that was reviewed by USANA. And ironically, when we determined their their avoidability rate and rate of occurrences, it was not a surprise anymore, but cardiovascular diseases are killing us. Cancer, which is mainly genetic, is killing us. And diabetes, which is highly controllable, is starting to kill us, even the children of our generation. So if you would sum this up, the top three diseases that kills us is comprised of a 66% of death that there is. And if you would study further, you know what's ironic? Its preventability rate is higher than ever. There is something that you can do with your lifestyle, with your environment to actually prevent these diseases. Like for example, colon cancer and stroke. Did you know that the avoidability rate is 75%? For coronary heart diseases, the avoidability rate is like 90 or 85%. And even diabetes, 95% avoidability. However, because we're not educated, because we don't know how to prevent it, we were not given health education, most people fall into the mess of having or developing these diseases. So what we're trying to tell you is that a good diet, a good lifestyle, an improved health education and re-education can actually spare you from these life-threatening diseases that can actually make you die slowly and make you live a poor lifestyle or a poor living condition. So let me dwell on this one. So this is actually an overview infographic, and it actually explains to us that there are certain vitamins and minerals that are required in each of the body organs in our body. Like for example, the heart, our pancreas, our eyes, our bones. And it is said that supplements, when taken as interventions, they're actually very helpful, right? Like for example, taking any of these 8 dietary supplements on a preventive level can actually help improve the reduction of certain diseases that are linked to the different body parts of our human being or our system. So for the heart, it is said that at least you should have B vitamins in your diet. And when I speak of B vitamins, it is not just a simple B1, B6, B12. What we're trying to tell you is that B complex should involve vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, all right, folic acid, B6, B7, B9, B12, and there are some vitamins in the market that shortchange us. They just give B1, B6, B12. So again, our heart requires more. Our heart requires comprehensive B complexes. Other than that, it also needs different phytosterols, which are your vitamin E's. It also requires omega-3. Omega-3, you can only source that out in fish oils, and most of the time our diets, although we eat fish, we overcook it and the omega-3s are actually removed. That's why you have to supplement it with your Biomega or your fish oil supplementation. And then other requirements that are needed by our heart to improve its health is actually a fiber. That's why USANA introduced the Nutri-Meal and the My Smart Foods, because sometimes, ironically, we eat a lot, but the amount of fiber from the food we eat is not that enough to help our body cope up and digest the food better and improve our cardiovascular health better. So if you can see in this picture, the events rate, all right, or the number of population that are affected of cardiovascular disease is 16%. However, if you take the vitamin B complex, phytosterols, omega-3, psyllium, and other multivitamins and minerals, you can actually reduce the incidence of this condition up to 11.5%. Yun nga lang again, ironically, a lot of people are experiential learners. I always tell this in my trainings. People want to experience cancer before they realize cancer is bad. A lot of people want to experience heart disease before they realize it's bad. That's why we would like to aggressively educate people that your body requires certain fuels, and these fuels can be received by bridging the gap through your vitamins and minerals. Another thing, diabetes and coronary heart disease, all right? One of the key nutrients needed by the body is actually chromium picolinate. However, if you will source this down or source this from diet, it may not be enough. That's why one of our suggestions is that make sure that your supplementations contain chromium picolinate. It is said that the event rate is 12%. And even only if we educate people of adding chromium picolinate in the diet, you can actually reduce the incidence up to 10.2%. So just imagine na-reduce mo yung 10.2% ng population ng Pilipinas para magka-diabetes. That's actually sparing 10 million of the population from having this dreadful disease. Then, a very common disease that affects us, the age-related eye disease or the ARED, all right? The incidence of happening or the incidence of this, or what we call the prevalence, is 33%. It is said that at least you should have in your diet lutein and zeaxanthin. And if in the case you usually have this or you normally have this, they explain that you can reduce age-related macular degeneration to 23% and even reducing cataract to 15.3%. So again, what we're trying to tell people is that your body, it functions. While it functions, it needs certain nutrients. And if you would just source it out from food, it may not be sufficient to provide what your body needs. So another common thing that we know is the case of osteoporosis. So we need calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, all right? And it is said that 15% of the population is affected with this. And even only if we have this in our diet, we can reduce the prevalence or we can reduce the incidence of this having, all right, from 6 to 18.6%. So why are we producing optimizers? The very reason why we would like to introduce optimizers is that we want people to understand that optimizers were designed to help prevent or help improve our condition. Like for the case of the eyes, help improve or delay us from macular degeneration. We have lutein, zeaxanthin, bilberry, and vitamin C that can do that action. And later on, we will study each of the optimizers one by one. So the thing is, health is our wealth, all right? And if we want to love life, the first thing to love life is to actually love your health. And if we speak of deficiencies, it is said that there are certain deficiencies that happen, right, from men and women. And sad to say, the nutrient requirements that we need per vitamins would differ with the sexes, right? So vitamin E may be needed by women more than men. That's why the Journal of Nutrition has made the alphabet soup. It is said that in the alphabet soup, you have to make sure that men and women get a good level of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and make sure that we don't get deficient because sad to say, 57% of men are deficient with vitamin A. Less than half of women are deficient with vitamin A as well. So there are different deficiencies based on age type, and we would like to bridge that, all right, or to make sure that we give the right nutrition by providing good levels or good quality supplementation. So nakita niyo po dyan, no, yung magnesium, 64% of men are deficient with magnesium and 67% of women are deficient with magnesium. The high prevalence of osteoporosis in women could be linked because 88% of women are calcium deficient. And again, vitamin E, 97% of women are deficient with vitamin E. So the percentage that you see is the percentage of deficiency that happens between the men and the women. So the thing here is that one of the key questions that is always asked is that, yes, vitamins are good, but I just want to be safe. But, just want to reiterate this, although we have our safety level, which is the RDA or the recommended daily allowance, but I know for a fact that the minimal allowable dose or the minimal amount that is given to us is actually not enough. The RDAs are just safety levels that were designed so that we make sure that at least we have the amount that is needed by the body. But then again, always remember that RDAs is not enough, and you have to make sure that when you take your certain supplement, you find a supplement that is providing optimal dose or optimal nutrients so that the body can help improve itself. So the thing here, the bottom line is that RDAs or the recommended daily allowance in reality are not enough. So the problem there is that a lot of people hold on to the RDAs because they believe on the conventional wisdom. Kain ka lang, inom ka ng gulay, inom ka ng juice, kain ka ng prutas, gulay, okay na yan, alright? But then again, conventional wisdom blocks people from realizing that getting nutrients from food is not enough. So you have to make sure that you source out what you need every day. So that I would make sense, I'd like to show you this picture, right? The dot you see here, the yellow-green that you see here, is the RDA. This is what FDA would always require or would recommend. That's why it's recommended the allowance. But in reality, if you would study your body, most people take the RDA, but if you want to attain all the clinical benefits of your vitamin C, you have to make sure that you take it on an optimal level. Like for example, you would like to address energy, you would like to address cardiovascular health, you don't just need the RDA. With the help of your diet and a good supplementation, an optimal dose of vitamin C can actually do more than just helping you prevent or fight scurvy. A good and optimal level of vitamin C can actually help you do collagen synthesis, can actually help you produce carnitine so that you can do antioxidant protection and the other. So in layman's term, a lot of people, they take vitamins. They're so afraid of RDA, but what they don't realize is that RDA limits us from getting the full potential of our supplement. That's why here in USANA, we would always recommend optimal dose. We would always recommend that as much as possible, you take a full dose or an optimal dose. It is because your nutrients can do more. Your nutrients is not just designed for collagen synthesis. It's not just designed for cellular replication. Your supplements, if given in the right amount, if taken in an optimal dose, can do more and can provide a lot of health benefits. So, sometimes people would say, ang dami mo namang iniinom, ang daming tableta niyan, hindi ka ba magkaka-kidney failure niyan? So, again, it is designed in a way that it will not harm the kidneys. And other than that, you really have to take optimal dose because optimal dose can help you achieve the optimal benefit of certain vitamins and minerals that you take. So, again, of course, we know, iniihi mo yan, tinatain mo yan after mong gamitin. And when you speak of supplementation, kailangan araw-araw mo siyang nire-refill sa katawan mo. So let me go on with vitamin C. Alright? RDA tells us at least 40 to 125, okay na. But in order for you to get the optimal benefit of your supplement, it is said that at least you should have 1,000 milligram a day. So just imagine kung sunod tayo ng sunod sa RDA na kahit papano, yun yung dose, we may not guarantee that your body is getting enough nutrient. That's why some people don't believe in supplements. Why? Because they don't see the optimal benefit. Why is it? It's because they do not get the optimal benefit because they lack or they don't get the enough nutrients the body needs. So sabi dito, vitamin C significantly reduces blood pressure, alright, and increases blood flow. And the thing here is that if you take vitamin C, you lower the prevalence of cataract up to 80%. If you take optimal levels of vitamin C, you actually prevent the death rate from coronary heart disease up to 50%. And actually it is said that if you take vitamin C an optimal dose, you can reduce coronary heart disease to 1/4. So, ang laking benefit nito if and only if we educate people about such. So, pagka sa pagkain mo ng kukunin, ironically, kailangan mong minom ng 10 glasses na pure na orange juice. So, I did an experiment at home. 1 glass of orange juice, you need 4 oranges. So, imagine mo 40 na oranges para sa vitamin C na kailangan mo araw-araw. So, parang hindi naman yata siya practical, right? So, you have to make sure that you source it out. And here in USANA, we are committed to provide optimal doses of vitamin C for your health benefit. So, tayo sa vitamin E. Sabi dito, 98% of women lack vitamin E, alright? And more or less 80+% for men. And sabi dito that vitamin E helps decrease a lot of heart problems or heart risk. And if you take good levels of vitamin E, it may help you lessen heart attacks or it may lessen the progression or yung paglala ng coronary heart disease and even prevention of premature death. However, RDA tells us 28.5 IU, okay na, di ba? But again, what's the optimal? What's the dose that can give you these beneficial effects? That's actually 200 IU. So, nakikita niyo po ba yung picture na some people would tell, oh, ba't naman namatay yung nanay ko? Nagbabitamins naman yung dati, bakit nagka-heart disease pa rin? It is because hindi natin nakukuha yung optimal dose para makapag-produce yung vitamins ng protective activity sa katawan natin. So, again, one of the key things I want you to understand in this webinar is that it's not just taking the vitamins. You have to make sure you take it on an optimal level so that it can produce its optimal effect. Kasi a lot of people would take a pair, a lot of people would take once a week of a vitamin, and taking vitamin itself may not guarantee benefit. You have to make sure you take optimal dose. So some people would tell me, naku Miss Jen, mas lalong dagdag gastos yan, ang dami ko nang iinumin. But then again, your investment for your health now can actually help you in the future. Sabi ko nga doon sa picture kanina, di ba, na doon sa infograph kanina, that a lot of people think that supplement investment is expensive, But come to think of the future, mas mahal ang chemotherapy, mas mahal ang radiation, mas mahal ang MRI. So you just do the math. So ano ba yung isa sa best source ng vitamin E? It's actually almonds. Okay? So kung gusto mong pagkain, ayaw mong supplement, kailangan mong kumain ng 1.5 pounds ng almonds or 0.75 kilos. So, nakuha mo nga yung vitamin E, yun nga lang, the problem is, ang dami-dami namang calories. So, medyo hindi to friendly sa mga nag-try mag-lose ng weight. So, calcium. So, epidemiological study shows that at least dapat meron kang 1,000 to 1,300 milligram. However, if you take your calcium, you have to also make sure that you take good levels of magnesium. Alright? And it is said that if you want to prevent or you want to address osteopenia and osteoporosis, you should make sure that you take an adequate source of calcium. And as you get older, alright, lalo na ho yung mga 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, kailangan you take adequate levels of calcium. But you know what the problem is? When people start developing osteoporosis at the age of 50, doon pa lang sila iinom ng calcium. So what you see here is that nagkakaroon ka ng tinatawag na nutritional gap. And kaya ka nagkakaroon ng osteoporosis. And then again, some people would tell me, 1 year ago na ako naggagatas, but nagka-osteoporosis pa rin ako. It is again because you cannot just address a situation by a 1-year preparation. Cellular nutrition should be a lifelong preparation. So, yung mga neg-active calcium, this contains good levels of calcium that can actually help you prevent osteopenia and osteoporosis. So, if you would ask me, hindi, Miss Jen, gatas na lang. Okay, at least you have to get it from 4 glasses of milk. So, 350 calories. At hindi lang ito yung powdered milk, ha? This has to be a pure, fresh milk. So, medyo mahirap na i-source out. Medyo mas mahal siya. And yung counterpart ng calcium, which is vitamin D, right? It is said that vitamin D is linked to immune function, glucose metabolism. Nakakatulong din siya in management of osteoporosis, osteomalacia. Also very important in the muscle function and aids us against infection and autoimmune disorders. Actually, even diabetes and some cancers, very, very helpful din ng vitamin D. So, if you have vitamin D deficiency, you're most likely to develop heart disease, a very high possibility of stroke, a little over double of development of heart failure, and 77% of people who lack vitamin D develop or die prematurely. So sabi ng RDA, 400 to 800, okay na. But science tells us that at least you should have 4,000 IU a day. So sabi nila, diet na lang, Miss Jen. So if you want to get vitamin D, you have to make sure you take 34 glasses of milk. So medyo ironic yan. Medyo ang dami yan. Baka pati pawis at luha mo gawa na sa gatas. So what's the most best or what's the best way for you to get your supplementation or optimal nutrition? Then again, we go back to supplementation. So, as I go back, bakit ba natin sinasabi na with the right nutrients and the right dose, you develop a better health function? It is because your supplements, your vitamins and minerals, they have the capacity to improve your health. They have the capacity to help your body. However, they have to be in the right dose so that they can actually produce the health benefits that you expect with your supplementation. So, kung medyo aasa ka lang sa RDA kasi maingat na maingat ka, takot kang uminom ng vitamins, it is my suggestion that you explore vitamins and minerals in the market like USANA that was able to study optimal doses that can actually help you produce good health benefits of the vitamins you take. Lagi ko nga sinasabi, kung hindi rin naman optimal, huwag ka na lang mag-vitamins kasi naloloko mo lang yung katawan mo. Kailangan ng katawan mo ng optimal benefit. And how can you get optimal benefit? By optimal dose of your supplementation. So, what makes USANA different? We create vitamins that can give you an opportunity to get optimal nutrition. And to back up with our flagship product, which is Essentials, which contains various vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, what makes USANA different is that there are some optimizers that your body needs in order for it to function very well. Like for example, proflavanol C, it has what you call your grapeseed extract. Grapeseed extract has been studied to be very beneficial in helping improving the blood flow by actually causing your blood vessels to dilate. Pag sinabi natin dilate, nag-open siya in a good level so that it can allow blood flow. And if you would ask me, di Miss Jen, kakain na lang ako ng grapes. So, nakukuha mo yung grape seed sa seed. So, bihira naman sa atin lumulunok ng seed, right? So, might as well you source it out with a good level of supplementation. Plus, with vitamin C pa siya na available with proflavanol. Another one, for healthy heart, we have what we call our Coquinone 30, which contains coenzyme Q10. For some who are curious, coenzyme Q10, you can source it out from egg. However, each egg has 0.10 milligram. What you need every day is around 10 to 30. So, medyo 100 to 300 eggs ang kakainin mo, di ba? Hindi naman yata siya praktikal. So, ang benefits of coenzyme Q10 is that coenzyme Q10, when taken in the diet, it helps your cells provide or it helps your cells optimize energy. Your cells, if you would study with me, alright, yung cells mo may mga organs yan sa loob. Ang tawag natin doon is organelle. And this organelle, we have a specific organelle we call the mitochondria. Mitochondria produces energy within the cells so that our cells would divide, replicate, and the key fuel it needs so that tuloy-tuloy yung daloy ng energy, tuloy-tuloy yung daloy ng kuryente sa katawan is actually your coenzyme Q10. And a good level of coenzyme Q10 protects your body, alright, from forming free radicals on the inside. So, yung ibang tao, alam na nila to, but alam niyo po ba na yung cells ninyo, yung loob ng cells, when it lacks energy, instead of it producing energy, it produces free radicals. So, coenzyme Q10, when it is on the good level, it helps your cells protect itself and at the same time defend it from production of free radicals. So, may energy ka na, nape-prevent mo pa yung mga factors that help or that makes your cells age faster. So, kung maganda yung energy level, nako-combat ang fatigue, na-improve yung athletic performance, and then in terms of cellular health, like for example, yung sperm cells and egg cells, dahil maganda yung kanilang energy level, improve ang kanilang motility. So also, your coenzyme Q10 is beneficial for your brain, your heart, your kidney, your liver, and like what I said, your reproductive cells. And coenzyme Q10 at the same time protects the sheath, okay, the SHEATH or the sheath of your nerves para maiwasan mo yung mga conduction problems na maaring mag-cause ng mga unnecessary or unwanted neurological condition. So that's our Coquinone 30. Another is our Biomega or omega-3 fatty acid. So this is a very good thing that you add to your diet daily because aside from helping the heart, alright, Biomega rather, has fatty acids that provide you the necessary DHA and EPA. DHA and EPA, or what we call the omega-3 fatty acid, is very heart-friendly. It converts your bad cholesterol to good cholesterol. At the same time, it maintains the creaminess of your brain so that axon-to-axon or brain transfer is achieved and nakakatulong siya sa better na function or the better focus of our brain because again, in order for your brain to do its act, it needs the right nutrient and we can source that out from fish oil. What makes our fish oil unique is that we have our own fishery in Peru and at the same time, our fish oil is free from lead, mercury, arsenic, and other contaminants that may harm the body. So ideally, we advise this to be taken at least once or twice a day. So for pregnant women, you may ask your OB-gynecologist about this because DHA is crucial to the unborn baby. It helps make sure that the spine is locked, the spine is sealed para po maiwasan yung tinatawag nating spina bifida. So this is very friendly for men, women, pregnant women, and regularly for reproductive health of men and women. Then also Hepasil. So may mga tao na tinatawag nating nagpa-polypharmacy. Ano ba yung polypharmacy? Medyo maraming maintenance medication. One key thing that we see for people who are doing polypharmacy is that since they're taking a lot of maintenance, medyo ang kanilang liver ay nako-compromise. So in order for your liver to function better, one of the key things we would like to add in your diet is milk thistle, also known as silimarin. So, silimarin, alright, when this is added in the diet, this helps declog or detoxify your liver. So, just imagine with me, madaming toxins yung liver mo. paano mo ma-expect na yung liver mo, mapapapasok yung good nutrients kung clogged na siya? So the milk thistle, what it does is it relaxes your liver, it declogs the unwanted toxins, so that once you take in your medication, dahil nare-recognize siya ng liver, pupunta siya sa blood, pupunta siya sa specific part ng body at magagawa niya yung function niya. So kung may kakilala po kayo na parang feeling nila their meds are not working, it's not a solution to stop the meds. One of my pharmaceutical advice or one of my advices of pharmacist is you may consult your doctor and ask about the option of detoxifying your liver. Baka hindi pumapasok yung gamot kasi namamaga ang atay. So, your atay is important because not only that it helps you absorb nutrients, it also helps you absorb your medicine so that it can help you be healed or be improved of your disease state. So, ang kagandahan pa nito, meron siyang olive oil extract, same with the essentials, a very good level of antioxidant aside from the green tea extract and the curcumin or the turmeric that we have in our Hepasil. So, Hepasil is a very good product for liver detoxification. And it's a very good product to help protect not just your liver, but even your gallbladder, which is under your liver. So, a very good product, lalo na ho kapag medyo napapalaban tayo sa mga food trip and the others, and even for graveyard shifts na nagkakaroon ng mga body or biological clock changes in the body. So, for digestive, metabolic, and liver health, we have what we call the Hepasil. Something for the bone, something for our muscle, our body, all right? We have what we call the active calcium. Of course, we all know, we recognize the purpose of calcium, which is very good for muscle, bones, teeth, all right? But then again, the problem with calcium is absorption, all right? And here in USANA, we are using two forms of calcium, which is the most absorbable, the calcium carbonate and the calcium citrate. It is said that this combined provides the highest bioavailability. When we speak of bioavailability, the highest chances for you to really absorb what is promised on the label. So, since we're not using calcium lactate, tayo gumagamit ng calcium lactate, it reduces the possibility of forming calcium oxalate kidney stone. So, nakakatulong siya para maiwasan natin itong mga kidney stones na to na maaaring makakos ng kidney problem or kidney issues sa atin. So, it protects the body without the risk of kidney stones. And ideally, we advise this not just for women, not just for men, but most ideally for pregnant women and those who have a risk for osteoporosis. So, another for bone health and joint health, meron tayong tinatawag na Procosa. So, Procosa is powered by glucosamine hydrochloride. Wag niyo ho kayong malilito. Iba ho yung glucose sa glucosamine. Alright? Glucosamine is an amino acid. This is needed by your joints and cartilages to lubricate itself and prevent it from bumping each other. So, iba hong entity yung glucose. Okay? Yung glucose is a form of sugar. Actually, I hear a lot of people telling na baka tumaas yung blood sugar ko niyan. So, wala po siyang correlation. Iba ang glucosamine sa glucose. So, something to help lubricate the joints, particularly not just your hips, your tuhod, your braso, but even the spine. So, what it does, it's very good in managing joint health and very good in helping repair damaged cartilages that usually cause arthritis. So, aside from glucosamine, it contains curcumin or turmeric extract with the Meriva technology. So, it helps pain management, particularly for people na bawal ng pain reliever, may allergy sa paracetamol, mefenamic, ibuprofen, and the like. So, we have what we call the Procosa. Last few, something for the eyes. So, yung eyes natin, medyo lagi yan na-expose sa ilaw, nagli-lead yan to dryness, and sometimes age-related macular degeneration. So, one of the key things that we highly recommend is something that contains lutein, zeaxanthin, bilberry, and vitamin C. So, we have what we call the Vision Next. So, this eye preparation or this supplement taken for the eye health, alright, contains different vitamins and minerals that are designed to help the delicate tissues of the eyes from photooxidation or sa too much exposure of the light. So, if you have this in your diet, nape-prevent yung dryness, na-improve yung lubrication of the eyes. And some people would ask me, Miss Jen, pwede bang sa food source na lang? So, ideally, nakukuha natin to sa marigold na bulaklak. So, hindi naman tayo kumakain ng bulaklak, right? So, what I would suggest is to just get it from a very good source of supplementation. Another supplement is the Pure Rest, alright? So this is our melatonin supplementation. This is a sugar-free form. So far in the Philippines, tayo lang yung sugar-free na melatonin preparation. And this is ideally given for people who have problem with sleeping pattern. So sa sleep and wake pattern. So minsan sabi nila, ang haba naman matulog yan, okay naman. But again, what is the best time to sleep? The best time is actually 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And if you're not able to sleep on those crucial time, medyo may problema tayo because lack of sleep can actually lead to hormonal issues, hormonal problems, and disturbances that would later on affect our cardiovascular health, menstrual cycle, and different digestive issues in the body. Napakahalaga po ng tulog. Sa tulog nangyayari ang cell duplication, ang cell replication, ang cell detoxification. Sa pagtulog din nangyayari yung pagbalanse ng enzymes natin sa katawan and even our brain recharging in preparation for another day's work. So kung medyo nahihirapang matulog, this is a good dietary chewable supplement that you can consider. Next, our supplements for kids, all right? What's good with this one is that our supplements for kids is what we call the USANIMals. This is the vitamins and minerals for children. What's good with this is that this is in a form of a chewable tablet. Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang kagat-kagatin, i-candy. And aside from having the comprehensive forms of vitamins and minerals, this contains 3 nutrients that are crucial in the growing demands of children. Alam naman natin that as they get older, mas dumadami or mas nag-i-improve yung muscles, mas nagdami yung requirement ng bones in order for it to grow taller. So it would need good levels of vitamins and minerals. So this has what you call your lecithin that makes the brain function very well by making it creamy. This contains inositol. Inositol has been designed to provide good levels of energy for children. Mas maganda kasi na naglalaro yung mga bata, mas magandang responsive sila, nagagamit nila yung mga energy sources nila, so that we can be sure that their body would grow optimally and can actually expand. Like for example, yung mga muscles, mas nagkakaroon ng mass, yung mga bones, nagkakaroon ng elongation and the like. And then not only that, it contains hydrolyzed rice protein. From the keyword protein, protein is very much important for growth. Protein is very important for digestive health, very important for immune health. And there are some kids na bawal ng cow's milk. So a very good alternative for this one is hydrolyzed rice protein, a cleaner form of protein without the unwanted effects or allergies that are caused by cow's milk or other alternative milk. And other than that, meron din itong mga vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And what's good is that it helps support immunity, brain function, strong bones and teeth, and health requirements that are needed by children. So, yan yung tinatawag nating USANIMals. So, if you want to know more about this particular product, we have a webinar on this one, and later on, I'll send you a copy of my email so that you can send me an email, and I can give you a webinar on USANIMals. Another, last few, our service product. So our energy drink, we have what we call the Rev 3. So this is a cleaner, a smarter, and a stronger option of an energy drink. Just not in a sachet, 10 calories lang siya. So this is not just your typical energy drink na nagpapaspike up ng sugar levels mo. Yung feeling mo quick energy. This particular product doesn't do that. This particular product contains different ingredients, alright, that is very important in giving you an energy that is consistent, an energy that is cleaner, alright, and an energy that has a lower calorie compared to our competitors. So ayaw natin yung crash and burn energy. So if you happen to know people who are driving night shift at kailangan ng a good source of waking energy, so this contains different colors of tea, green, white, red tea, that is very good in keeping us awake naturally in a more healthful way. So, ang mga gumagamit nito ay usually mga nurses, doctors, police, bus drivers, kasi nga this gives them a cleaner version of energy without the palpitation and without the unwanted effects of energy drinks that are commonly sold in the market. So, we have what we call the Rev 3. Join the revolution, sabi nga nila. So, alongside with this, meron din tayong optimizer for children. We call this the Biomega Junior. So, this is the fish oil version for them. So, kung meron tayo for adult, of course, brain needs good levels of brain development and good levels of DHA and EPA. So, with this one, we have added vitamin D, same with the adult, and this is served in single-serve packets. Alright, and this is a very convenient way of a healthful snack that is very helpful in the brain development, in the body development of children, lalo na yung kanilang development ng sense of sight and senses and others. Because we know that nutrition is a key component in getting children off to a smart start. So, kailangan healthy kids, and we know that in USANA, the smart runs in the family. So, we have what we call the Nutri-Meal as well. These are meal replacement product, alright, are foods. So, kanina napag-usapan dun sa mga common na kailangan for cardiovascular health is good levels of fiber, right? So, if you cannot source it from food, you can get this from a meal replacement, which we call the Nutri-Meal. So, this is an on-the-go meal replacement that contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and fiber. It's flavored in 3. We have the Dutch chocolate, the wild strawberry, and the French vanilla. A tasty low glycemic shake, alright, that contains all natural flavor, and with just 3 scoops and 290 to 340 ml of water, meron ka ng meal na may carbohydrates, proteins, fats, at may fiber na kailangan mo daily. So, for the Nutri-Meal, meron tayong program dyan. Ang tawag natin doon is the Reset program. So, if you want to know more about this as well, you can send me an email. I can give you a copy of the Reset webinar. Then, last 3, we have what we call the phytoestrine. This is our product specifically designed for women's health. This contains soy isoflavones and different ingredients to help women, particularly menopausal women, address the unwanted effects of menopause. So, kailangan kasi i-regulate natin yung estrogen decrease. And by doing that, usually some women, if they are not given the right treatment, nagpapalpitation or minsan nag-osteoporosis. So, para maiwasan yan, kailangan natin ng good levels of nutrients, which is like what I said, the soy isoflavones, chase powder, and others, to relieve the unwanted or the associated effects that is linked with menopause. So, again, itong phytoestrine is ideally given for menopausal women. So, for the men naman, okay, some men are unaware that their prostate is actually very vulnerable to certain cancers and sometimes enlargement. Meron tayong sakit yung tinatawag nating benign prostatic hyperplasia. And isa sa mga common nutrients that are needed in order to prevent this condition is not just lycopene, but actually saw palmetto and a little of the soy isoflavones. When given in a good amount, this results or this gives a full spectrum of nutritional support that is needed by the male physiology. Actually, isang trivia, yung saw palmetto, binibigay din yan kahit sa mga babae. There are some women who have bladder issues, o hindi gallbladder, ibig sabihin bladder, kidney issues, alright, na binibigyan ng saw palmetto para ma-relax yung kanilang bladder. So, huwag po kayo mawiwirduhan kung merong may naghahanap ng palmetto plus na babae din. But then again, this is ideally given for men's health and is designed for men concerned with maintaining their sound prostate function. So, for women, we have the phytoestrine. For men, we have the palmetto plus. And then last 2, we have our probiotics. So, this contains Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG and Bifidobacterium BB12. These are specialized probiotics or specialized good bacteria that is able to withstand the acidity of the stomach and provide digestive support and provide good levels of good bacteria in our gut or our intestine so that we can make sure that immunity is improved, digestion is improved, and absorption of nutrients is optimized so that we can help improve the quality of our health. So, usually, isa sa mga binibigyan natin dito yung mga kakatapos ng antibiotic therapy, binibigyan din natin dito yung mga tao na laging prone sa chemotherapy para bumalik yung good bacteria nila at masustain yung good bacteria, and ideally for people who wants to just improve their digestive health. So, a very good thing to add every day or every other day in your diet because this is convenient, dairy-free and sugar-free formula, alright, and has validated doses of good bacteria to help improve your gut health. So, ang tawag natin dito ay probiotic. Then last, isa sa mga pinakamalapit sa puso ni Dr. Myron Wentz is what we call the Pro-Glucamune. So this product is the first product to contain the intelligence technology. This contains different forms of mushroom and zinc and of course baker's yeast, all right? That is a very good source of immune support, particularly for the upper respiratory health. And when we speak of upper respiratory health, yung mga sipon, ubo, common sore throat, usually this affects us and sometimes limits us to do our activities. And kailangan natin to specifically if our work requires us to be talking every now and then. So sa USANA family, this is a must in our diet. Okay? And what it does is that the beta-glucan that comes from the baker's yeast makes our immune system sensitive to bacteria, to virus, so that our body can prepare immune cells that can fight itself, all right, from different virus bacteria that can invade our body. So, in layman's term, ang ginagawa ng product na ito is ina-activate yung ating immune cells so that our immune cells on itself can fight, okay, various bacteria and virus that can affect our health. So, hindi naman pinapromise ito na hindi ka na magkakasipon, hindi ka na magkakaubo. Pero, ang pinapromise ito is that because of the ingredients, it can make your immune system alert. And when the immune system is alert, it can have a better way of fighting or a chance of fighting against these bacteria, virus, and pathogens that affect the body. So by the way, in the screen below, you would see our USANA Facebook account and USANA Instagram account. Most of our announcements are given there. So I hope that you can update yourselves and add us in our Facebook and add us in our Instagram. So kung makikita nyo, ang dami-dami ng optimizers there is in USANA. But then again, just to summarize what makes us different, we have a unmatched manufacturing facility that even though we are not a drug company, our facility is a drug establishment certified by FDA. We have science and clinical breakthroughs. Our scientists designs products that are relevant to our health. The best people to use the products are athletes. We have 1,000 athletes that uses USANA, and these athletes will not put a stake, all right, yung kanilang mga medals if they think a product is not good. And in this AP convention, you would be seeing a lot of athletes from different countries. One will be represented from the Philippines, and they would really share their story why they trust USANA. And then other than that, we use natural ingredients, pharmaceutical grade ingredients, and speaking of absorbability and bioavailability, we don't just design it because of the relevance of each ingredients, but our scientists have designed the product to fit on our body so that we can get the optimal effect and optimal benefit of the nutrients that we take in to the body. So if I would summarize everything that I've said, the optimizers that we have, the supplements that we have, we use superior ingredients, we use science-based formulations that are balanced. Experts have designed the product, and it has actually a very good level of trust because the best people who uses your products are athletes because they trust the best for their body. And here in USANA, we want you to know more. And in knowing more, we have different types of websites that can help you, like the Ask the Scientist, the True Health Assessments, and even our studies or the third-party studies that we have conducted here in USANA. So if you would like to know more, if you would like to get more information about our products, one of the key things that we would like you to know or to do is to send us an email and be linked with USANA and know more about USANA. So this has been our webinar. If you'd like to have a copy of the presentation, this is my email address. I'll be very happy to send to you the link of the presentation as well as the recording of this webinar. So again, this webinar is recorded, and at the end of this, we can send you a copy of the presentation so that you can duplicate this and share this with your friends. It is our goal in USANA to help you understand your health, educate you about your health, and help you manage and improve the quality of your life. Because here in USANA, we are the healthiest family on earth, and we want you to be a part of this. So I'd like to recognize associates from Singapore, from Malaysia. We have associates coming from Dubai. We have associates from Katarman, Zamboanga, Cebu, Alright, we have also associates from Dasmariñas, Cavite. Alright, and there are also associates from the 9th floor. Ayan, so nakakatawa naman. Again, these webinars are done every month, and this is free of charge. And you can just check our Facebook and our Instagram for the announcements of our webinar. So for the month of May, our next webinar is on May 15, and we'll be talking about pediatrics. So ano ba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga bata at kung ano ba yung mga things to know about pediatrics or children's health. So again, my name is Jen. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to ask certain questions, I'd be very happy to answer them through your email. So please do send me an email at jen.blaswerka@ph.usana.com. So maraming salamat po. I'll be answering your questions via the email and hope to see you again in our next webinar. Maraming salamat po. See you in the AP Convention and have a great day ahead. Thank you po. This is Jen Blaswerka, your pharmacist for USANA Philippines. Thank you.